It's Friday Night Live with Vince, pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Live with Vince pregame show with our amazing co-hosts tonight, Jasmine Dickmans and Marla Mundo. Jasmine, Marla, how you guys doing?
Good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Awesome. Jasmine, of course, out of Arizona State. Marla out of UNLV. It's been quite a season as we roll into semifinals, championship games. Literally one of our final weeks of the high school football season. What have been some high points for each of you? Marla, starting with you.
It's just got to be the recognition I've gotten. I do a lot of Bishop Gorman games, and we just did their semifinal 2 weeks ago, and Bishop Gorman's head coach gave me this huge hug after our post-game interview saying, thank you for interviewing me all year long. Just really the recognition from players and coaches.
That is awesome. How about you, Jasmine? Any particular high points?
Well, now that Marla says it, for me it was JUCO college where I really got connections with coaches and they start to recognize you and start to build a bond, like we're joking around. It was just really, really nice to experience that you can actually build bond with a coach as you go there more often. So yeah,
that part of it's been a lot of fun. Coaches really are the backbone of a lot of these programs, and they really enjoy the camaraderie, the publicity, the credit, as humble as many of them are. It's nice to get recognized for things, and it's nice to be able to see their players get recognized. So it's been a fun season in being able to do a lot of that and a little bit of work as well. This week is no different. We're going to be out there broadcasting some games. And we'll have our amazing team out there covering those games. And we are going to start with Anissa Reynolds and with Marla. Go ahead and take it away with Anissa.
Hey, Anissa, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So this is a huge matchup. ALA Gilbert North has lost just one game all year, and Canyon View has also just lost 2 games. Both teams have a high point offense. What should we expect from the defensive side of the ball in this matchup?
I think defensively is where both teams really need to step up for this upcoming game. I mean, they're both very strong defensively, pretty evenly matched as well, but whoever is better defensively is definitely going to come out on top in this game.
Yeah, and then so who do you believe is going to be the difference maker of this game?
That is a great question, Marla. I've watched a few of ALA Gilbert's, film and their games. I really think their quarterback, Ben Livingston, is going to put them over the top. He's going to be the most efficient on the field, help them out offensively. But obviously, Canyon View is pretty stacked offensively as well. So it's going to be a tough one.
So these teams haven't played against each other all year long. How do you think that's going to factor into this playoff matchup?
I think it'll be pretty refreshing for them to see a new opponent, but I think it's all, playoffs are going to be tough. They're going to be a little, gritty and rough. So I think both teams will still have the same mindset throughout the entire year and come out pretty much strong. Yeah.
Who do you believe is going to be under the radar this game? Who's going to pop up and be uplifting for these teams?
For Canyon View, Brady Grizzle, he's been stellar all year. I mean, I know he's one of the top names, so he may not be under the radar, but I definitely think he's going to be wide receiver's going to come out and really help Canyon View come on top. And like I said, for ALA North, their quarterback, but obviously as well, their running back, Weston Powell, one of the best in the state, doing it all. So I think he's definitely going to be another one to look out for.
And then just real quick, what are your predictions for this game?
That's a great question. I think ALA Gilbert's going to come out on top, but I think it's definitely going to be a close matchup. Both these teams score a lot, so I think, going to be a higher match game.
Thank you, Nisa. Great speaking to you tonight.
Thank you.
And I believe we have next is Rodolfo and Jasmine.
Hey, how's it going, Jasmine?
Good. How are you, Rodolfo? Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
So tell me a little bit, what is happening in Sacramento this week? What games are you looking out for?
Well, let me tell you, the championship game is already set. Obviously, you got Folsom, which was already an opponent that it was already expected one of the best teams in the country. Which actually last game they beat their opponent Monterey Trail 54-14. But actually, I have a surprise. One of the teams that was supposed to be in the championship game was supposed to be Grand High School, but Grand got upset by Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge was one of the contenders coming up, and they ended up beating Grand last second field goal. So Oak Ridge and Folsom, that will be the final here in Sacramento.
And did you see that upset game yourself? Did you watch it all through?
Yeah, at the end, yeah. I mean, it was super exciting throughout the first three quarters. Oak Ridge was on top 6-0, and at the last quarter, that's where it got excited. Grant was able to score at first, then all of a sudden at the end, Oak Ridge was starting to push the ball a little bit, and once they got close to the goal line, they kicked the ball and they ended up winning the game. So they're here in the championship. So we'll see how that goes.
So real quick, what are your predictions for the championship?
Well, let me tell you, I see Folsom again winning their fifth straight game. I mean, this team is a powerhouse and it's a dynasty. It's official. It will be a dynasty.
Great. Thank you, Rodolfo. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for this.
To you too, Jasmine.
Thank you. So next up, we have Marla with Ethan.
So, Ethan, you've got Gila Ridge, Micah Mountain. Gila Ridge has 2 shutout wins in the past 3 games. Who has been the leader defensively for them?
For Gila Ridge, honestly, they have their 3 best defensive linemen, who I have in front of me actually, are number 9, Drew Cottle, number 22, Andy Rodriguez, and senior number 18, Christopher Inglet. Those 3 guys have 37 sacks combined out of the 48 on the team, and I'm calling them the triple talent ambush. That's their nickname that I'm giving them. And those 3 guys alone are their best contributor for this defense, hands down.
Wow. So then going back to Micah Mountain also has 3 shutout wins and 2 in the past 3 games. Who has been the leader for them defensively?
There's really no specific name for them, honestly. They have multiple corners who have 4 interceptions and 2 interceptions, and in all honesty, they have 12. They had 17 last season when they won the 2024 4A state championship, and so they're kind of repeating the same recipe as last season. They have an efficient offense, but let the defense do the dirty work and get the ball back. So I would say, honestly, everybody overall, but especially their defensive back group.
And so these teams haven't played each other all year long. What advantages do you believe, just basing off looking at it, do these teams have over each other?
It's crazy because they have 2 different stories coming into this. Micah Mountain wants to repeat, and Gila Ridge wants to get there for the first time in program history. And this is the first matchup these 2 teams have ever had against each other. So honestly, they're going to come in with the same approach, and that is obviously win the football game in a very physical manner. I believe it's going to be back and forth through the air, especially through the ground. Especially for the Hawks, they have their running back, number 4, Prentice Box Jr., or Box the third, excuse me, with 1,607 rushing yards and 22 touchdowns. I mean, come on. I mean, if they don't get him going, I don't know. So I think with the 2 split backs that Micah Mountain has versus Gila Ridge's main motor of the offense, it's just going to be back and forth, man. I cannot wait for this matchup.
So if it's going to be such a back and forth game, who do you think is going to be the for sure difference maker?
The difference maker, honestly, Gila Ridge has a ton of 2-way players, both offense and defense. And I just feel like, again, whoever can run the ball better is going to win this game because it's all about controlling the line of scrimmage. As long as they keep each other's defenses on the field, it's going to be a tie 1 throughout the entire contest, and it's going to come down to the last play of the game.
So, last question. What are your predictions for this game? Tell me quarter by quarter.
Quarter by quarter, I'd say the first half overall is going to be pretty physical, pretty slow. I think it's going to be testing the waters and seeing where they can find the weaknesses in each other's defense. Third quarter, things will ramp up a little bit. And then the fourth quarter, that's when the air raid gets going. And that's where the back and forth scoring starts to happen. So I don't know who's going to come out on top, honestly, but I think that's my overall perspective of the game and how it's going to go.
Thank you. Then it was a pleasure talking to you tonight.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys. Have a good one and happy Thanksgiving.
Next up we have is Jasmine's lead us off. Lead us off, Jasmine.
Hey, so I'll be talking with JR. Yes, you're in East Texas, and I believe you're going to tell me a little bit about the regional semifinal. So take it away with me.
So Kilgore is playing Bridge City this Friday. They haven't played each other any time in recent history, and they're both 11-1. That being said, the Cardinals have strong passing power. They run about 196 yards per game, and that is powered by quarterback Hudson Hoffman passing to Abraham Munguia. On the other hand, and this is where I think the real advantage is that Kilgore's defense is strong. They only allow about 125 points per game versus Bridge City's close to 200. And David McGowan last game versus Stafford had 10 tackles, 1 sack, and a defensive touchdown. And Isaiah Waters, 6 tackles, 3 of them for loss, and a fumble recovery that led to a defensive touchdown. So the threat to Kilgore that I see is that if the Cardinal offensive line protects Hoffman, Bridge City may spread Kilgore's defense thin, and that'll generate some early explosive plays that prevent the Bulldogs from controlling the clock with their ground game like they would like to do.
So do you see that happening in the first half of the game? The Bulldogs really controlling that? Do you think that's something likely to happen?
Well, if the Bulldogs don't get Bridge City under control early in the game, then their defensive confidence will be shaken in the second half. So they've got to get control of it in the early part of the game, and use that defense. They've got a strong defense. Kilgore does, and they've just got to capitalize on putting pressure on Hoffman.
Yeah. And then real quick, we know it's a big stadium, 8,000 seat capacity. Do you see it being full for this semifinal, or at least half full?
I would think so, because it's not that far. It's further actually from Kilgore than it is from Bridge City. However, Kilgore has a strong community backing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that this week in my segment. And but Bridge City is like closer to it, so yeah, it's probably going to be fairly full, I would think. And it's a holiday weekend, so everybody's got plenty of travel time if they want to have it.
For sure. And then any last final predictions for winner of the game?
Kilgore, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout 42-0 like it was last week at Stafford.
All good. Thank you so much, JR, and happy Thanksgiving.
You too, Jasmine. We'll see each other around.
We'll see each other. We're going to go to a really quick break, but don't go anywhere because stay tuned. We have some more exciting things coming up.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. With an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
Hello, Varsity Sports Show family. I'm Tommaso Perez from ASU. Join me as I bring you inspiring sports stories and updates from our Catholic schools, where faith, tradition, and athletics come together. Catch me live on KDOS 1060 AM Saturdays from 9 to 11 and during Varsity Sports Show game broadcast.
What's up, everybody? It's Rob Blackney, Medicine in Motion, out here in Paris. We're here at the Roland Garros.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey, Manav, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Marla. How are you?
I'm doing good. I know you have some big Big 12 football recruit news. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, there was big news here in the Houston area in terms of recruiting. I mean, there always is, but especially this week, it was announced that the University of Houston, of course, they've had a pretty good season here in the Big 12, 8-3. It was announced that they have secured the #1 overall recruit in the country for 2026. Keyshawn Henderson, he is a quarterback, 5-star recruit, committed to Houston over the summer last year, actually, but he has risen over the rankings, and he is now the #1 player for 2026 heading into the year, according to 24/7 Sports, and really exceptional talent. He's going to be maybe a true freshman starter for Houston next year. We'll see what happens, but exceptionally athletic and versatile player across the board. He is the highest recruit in Houston history. And they're saying he could be the next maybe Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, or Jordan Love, something like that. Really great improvement over his past 2 seasons up in North Houston playing for the Legacy School. He's done really well up there. Such a great talent. I mean, initially, he was a wide receiver in his freshman year, had over 1,000 yards receiving. And he got initially a few offers. He's gotten offers from all over the country, but he looked good at safety. He looked good at wide receiver, got some snaps at quarterback, and sophomore year made the transition to quarterback, and he has looked incredible. This past season, he had 44 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. He had almost 600 yards rushing with 10 touchdowns and 3,700 yards complete yards through the air. So really good for Houston in terms of getting someone like him. He was committed to them right from the start. And, he loves the city, loves the support he's gotten from Houston. And the Cougars have a really special talent. They've been promoting him as the key to the city to really unlocking this Houston program for the future.
Well, thank you, Manav. It's been a pleasure speaking to you tonight.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Next up, we have Jasmine with Matt McCord. Take us away, Jasmine.
Hey, Matt, how are you doing? I think you're on mute. Yeah, so.
Oh, sorry. I'm
You're
doing good.
good. You're good. So this is the other semifinal in the 5A in Arizona this week. Horizon and Desert Mountain. Please tell me something about it.
Well, these two played each other at the end of October 24th, and Horizon won this game 37-22. And this kind of started a little bit of a downward spiral for Desert Mountain. They went on to then lose to Notre Dame Prep, and they were on a 2-game losing streak going into the playoffs. But Desert Mountain has really gotten going again, and they've won 3 straight games to get to this point. And for Horizon, they since their loss to Notre Dame Prep have looked like a different, funny enough, both these teams have lost to Notre Dame Prep, but Horizons looked like a different team. They have come out and they have played so well, and they are spearheaded by a running back duo of Bodie Zamorano and Dylan Brush, who are just so effective.
So what do you think this history between these two teams means in terms of the semifinal? Do you think that plays a role?
Two teams that play each other a lot, two teams that are fierce rivals and not that far away from each other up in Scottsdale. So it's kind of bragging rights for the city almost.
Mm-hmm.
So in some ways you could say this is like the 5A championship, but of course we know it's not. These two teams do not like each other at all. So it should be a good battle, physical as well.
What are your expectations if we look a little bit quarter by quarter? Who do you think are going to excel, and what do you think are some key points for each other to make sure the score doesn't end up on the wrong side?
Well, Horizon gets out the gates early. They score a lot of points in the first half. The second half is maybe where you can get them just a little bit. So I would expect Horizon to use a lot of play action and get going in the passing game with their quarterback Carter Puma and their really, really good receiver Jake Gerard. And then I would assume Desert Mountain kind of gets going back in the second half and makes this a tighter game. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be a really good game. The teams honestly are pretty even, so I expect a good one.
Any bold predictions for who's going to come on top as a winner?
Horizon. They're on fire right now. I don't like to make predictions, but they're just playing really good football right now. They're beating up everybody, so I think they could be on their way to win the 5A state title. So I'm going to go with Horizon.
Sounds good. Great. Thank you so much, Matt. And we're going to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere because we'll wrap it up after.
All right, guys, welcome back to Friday Night Live with Vince pregame show here presented by the Varsity Sports Show. Guys, great job tonight. It was a little bit of a condensed version. We've got some great reporting, Big 12 report, East Texas, Sacramento, and then, of course, the 4A, 5A semifinals that we are going to be covering locally here. It's going to be a lot of great football wherever you're at in the Valley on Friday night. And we also, again, want to extend everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Any final thoughts, Jasmine? Excitement? Anything you're looking forward to in particular?
I am just so excited for this week. I think semifinals are one of the most beautiful games an athlete can ever play because it's all or nothing. I know what it's like to play a semifinal. It's so exciting. So it doesn't matter actually if you're 4A, 5A, or whatever division you are. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful game, and I think very cool for all the athletes that can participate.
Awesome. And then Marla, you had a chance to be on the call for a state championship game in Southern Nevada last week, and throughout the season, you've been part of the Bishop Gorman broadcast team. Now you're going to be doing helping out on some pregame, postgame coverage of Arizona teams. Anything in particular from what you've seen from some of these teams play, or at least highlights that you're looking forward to?
I think Ethan Troll sold me on that Gila Ridge Micah Mountain game. I mean, great offenses and great defenses. It's going to probably be like a bloodbath to see who comes out on top.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you back here Friday night at 10 p.m. for the post-game show with a wrap-up of many of the games and some surprises and maybe some that won't be such a surprise. But again, hope you've all had a great, happy Thanksgiving and a great week, and we'll see you back here in a couple hours.
It's Friday Night Live with Vince pregame, postgame show. Your destination for top high school football previews and wrap-ups with Vince and his team. Buckle up and hang on for Friday Night Live.